Hi, it's Neal Benedict from our Sandler Training facility out in Northwest Houston. I wanted to talk to you today about a topic that's very near and dear to my heart, and that's prospecting. As most sales professionals know, prospecting is the lifeblood of beginning any meaningful conversation with a prospective client. But when we think about prospecting, we often think about it as one large activity versus how we really should think about it and how as a set of activities with a specific cadence and a specific set of goals associated with it. So the way I look at prospecting, there are really two main buckets for it. One is your prospecting plan, and that prospecting plan may include activities like the number of outbound phone calls you're making a day, the number of new connections you're making via social platforms, or potentially even the number of emails that you're sending out to introduce your products and services. That's the what you do and how you do it. The second component really of prospecting is your prospecting cadence. And the prospecting cadence really focuses on the when you do these things and in what sequence you do them in. So if you're planning out your overall activities, it may be a good idea to think through, do I start my connection with an email? Do I start my connection with a phone conversation? Or do I start my connection in some other fashion? When you follow a particular sequence with your prospecting, you can start to measure how effective your prospecting activities are, and you can switch that up, for an example, and say, okay, well, the phone call hasn't been the primary modes of getting in touch with people. It shouldn't be the first step in my sequence of my prospecting cadence. It should be my last sequence, for an example. So I'm going to start with an email, go to a LinkedIn connection, and then follow up with an email, for an example. So, or follow up with a phone call, for an example. So there are many ways to, look at the prospecting cadence in conjunction with your prospecting plan, but think about them, again, as very, very correlated, but not quite the same. So as you're thinking about putting together your prospecting approach, think about it in two compartments: your prospecting plan, the what and how you're going to do it, and then, of course, your prospecting cadence, which is when you're going to do it and in what sequence. If you follow these two steps, work with them in conjunction with one another, you're going to be able to quickly identify what's working and what isn't. You're going to be able to measure your success, and you're going to be able to turn the dials much more quickly and much more effectively to get better results. So again, that's the approach we take towards prospecting. If any of you would like to discuss it in more detail, feel free to reach out to me at neal.benedict@sandler.com.